will investigate and prosecute, all of them.
Yan fanning court. Amran ni odifa amran fanning tum yan sanye sika. Yan samay fo nyina kwaba ebiem emra dwumadie so as usual. Yasanso fanasia ensama ekoso ewo oman Ghana mu. Yede ni nyina ebre ifo eno achi no yedi ho nkomo His Excellency John Mahama adwuma guso ekoso ewo oman Ghana mu after say Attorney General ebe biebie nsemu eche Ghana for efa National Service Ghost Names afe chama wontumi ni case a enche yede ne kwakọ gina court na yedi na asem no enkomo bebre ene frache eba afe so Kwabena Duffour case no what is a minority for ne say woman ntiase na woman de asem no court enkomo bebre so ene frache eba baransa na busua yebe ransem no no ense Attorney General sanso dinkomo efa Galamsey no hu nse Galamsey no minority ne say NDC for no entimi nkoye within 6 months yi eniema enkoye baran ensem bi fi ho ba nti quick one iyenkotie nsem ne mra na ekoba yebe kan nyina bom ene chama wontumi nsem ena fi National Service Ghost Names Kwabena Duffour de no yebe kan bom na yedi ho nkomo quick one iyentie we mra.
We will investigate and prosecute, all of them. Now, when it comes to the illegal mining, prosecutions are taking place. Okay, we are prosecuting. In fact, we have decided that we are setting up more special courts. Okay, under the New Patriotic Party government, the former Chief Justice Eni Yeboah, designated certain courts as special courts for illegal mining prosecutions. Okay, so we are going to expand those ones. And then also, when the tribunals bill, the public tribunals bill is ready, I have submitted it to Parliament. We'll be sending a lot of them to the public tribunals at the district level for prosecution all over the country. In respect of deported Chinese, as the Honorable Minister has pointed out, I don't have the statistics. Okay, these are better gotten from the Minister of Interior.
Okay, Abusia, Nenia, Mamo Kwaba, Major Suemu. And then some Dawson, but then some Attorney General Edia today. Ieni Kendi Hunkomo, and Sana Yako, National Service Ghost Names, NFA, Wuntumi, Kwabena Duffour, Minister Hononsono, or Sam Kappa, Kwabena Duffour case, no. But I know who's going to swear. Or say government reclaims all 9 red zone forests, 1,200 excavators first lands minister and it is ansemi atuja and finally young forester na Galamsey for seno no men can say abanya timi aje 9 red zone forest ni nyina amomai no acheze no Galamsey for ni hobiem quick one iye ni ho nkomai
ma mencha yarefo nyina Galamsey one of the most powerful tools opposition party the opposition party me chen this amanyuku yusu ya edinya Ghana fo adwene e ma Ghana fo bebre to aba e de NDC cause that time na ye hu se na nandanko akufo ado aban no ani mu nipa ni mu mpanyimfo a untumi no nyina aka ho ese ye nkwaye enye kwaye no nko a ensuo a nipa akra no efiri mu ana ese adwen pa ntina se wunya obi a otumi bonto asem ne ba memma sanema we nyina to atwa ese nipa ebenya nsupa anom afa ye nua na travel a ye de kwa ama no ne ye beto odwa se US no mu hwehwe mu abeto odwa se mercury no de sanema nyina akopie ye banche ne ye board ye ne ade ade ban nyina mu no na ese eno nso be firi ho ame ho atoye afa akra a ye hwe o mabie no obetimi develop abra ne population no eno so ana population no kakra na wo no o mu ne ahoden a o mutimi de ye adwuma sa o man ne nye o man to mabie hia resource na ye nipa dasani a o ho ode o betimi aye adwuma etina se aban na muntu obetuo di aboa ma we no to atwa na ye good a step in the right direction ye nyina na se e wo se yesomu na nanu yi minua Erasmus Bedu abeka asem bi se eye se wo hwe Galamsey a wote se NPP 4 ka se under this government ana aye kese a na osre obi enu obetimi ade akinyi se minua ya mabɔ ne din obi e Galamsey ko a ɔko ne ye pa sansam nya no kra no na obi oba 7 months no wo so wono no ba bosome nsu yi no eko a na sa Galamsey no agibum ache wa obedi 8 years no. Like how you couldn't solve this Galamsey menace with 8 solid years. And will be about 6 to 7 months no obese wo twa to okra na oyidi firi wono mo. Logically no it makes sense.
So we anu tunti na Ghana for to abama
indisha. But you to me for adi out the 8 years ase no for a friend say 7 months and 6 months. I expect say any pande be ni ye e de awie kura.
Say yen hwan kosi da be.
Enti anu na aban ni guso no. So far the adi aba no ose 9 forest red zone. One mo saka. Na the brighter say who reading in some na odi ba yin mu a.
Na wona ya teche o so prosecution ba be start.
Anu ahia pa me ba no so. Na ahase hia me pa was one of the greatest challenges of the forestry subsector is deforestation and forest degradation, largely due to illegal mining, Galamsey, illegal logging, wildfire, and unsustainable agricultural practice. Ahiyami, Otwaso, Meba, was within forest reserve alone, over 5,500 hectares, equivalent to 7,500 football fields, have been degraded. I am happy to announce that in collaboration with the law enforcement agencies, the Forest Commission has successfully possessed all 9 red zone forest reserve. The writer, Yansa Kerry, and Nino, Yatumia Pam Womu say a quiet. Now, Womu a 2 more a same, and so over 7,500 football pitch. Baby, I say no, our forest in my Nasan Katwa. Now, and no more dear no. The most important thing no reforestation. Akuye be faso a ye be due nua no na land no any forest na tinya say gina na so. That's the most important thing. Because we reclaim forest and said ya ban nyame adam ma mo nsa aka na se ntimi am ye ni anko ho ni enua no said ye wo kan ya ade na ke anye kra ye opa. Because ebe koso na ya afro na aya asase a wo ye hwe wo so a enye yi. So many aje say minister na the most important thing after reclaim no because when the most important thing so mbedua nua no matimi aboa ma forest na na enim no asa be gina na so biem enye nua no keke e wo sa fe na ban ne sa be sei sika dio enu ti na da bia ya na ye ka no but fine was so you onim sa ne to no wo sei no de tie at the end no wo a wo ko sei asase no sika nke bia de be kwa ko si 3 classroom blocks Adia si wo school mu wo krom ho ama nkwara akomu school no sense kana wo sa ban ni jaye na wo de ko forest ho na wo de ko failure asase no na wo de dua nua nti at the end no wo free say wo ye me but ekwa na sa baba besi na bia kan e wo ho no mo ti ne esi obi be wo twetwa obi aso wonim sa wo ye me but the end na bia kan eno nti na aban ne mre ni mre ye de wo ma sese wo mo di anieden ene nkodin hyem we chese ofose we chese otu anamon we chese onai eno tina say ye wani daso se eye dan ya ebi ye timi ntu ase kra because Galamsey ansha se NPP penso Galamsey ansha se NDC penso every tentre de ni aye Galamsey but sometime no na modern word ne mai eno nti wo kura so okura se kan and wo di kakra no ho no and wo ye but the modern word no emfidie na de ye na adoso enu ana ye hu kwampapa e be fa so aye ne di nyansa so de beto ho nti no akowie ni sei it I think say thumbs up at the ma aban no e wo e won ma wo say ye bo wo maba so na ye koyanim e wo ho no
okay ye fa no nsi na enko chama untumi case ni so say odi unkomo say chama untumi case no oh say bibia e ready and in the coming days no ye de chama untumi kwa kogina court na ye di na semra no bubo no a chama untumi kwa koda prison ana say obetime tuasika akontama ne quick one yenwa hoy
ade ba ko amete ye ewo saa won in the media encounter any Ghanaians na manage ye ayiwi simple oh yeah ya nyunu chama untumi anyunu na che yesi wa fa kwambone so fa koti kwan so wura o ma ne nkwa yemu ye bo numri forest edin enu tikodu ba bi national security yakofa no yokoko FBI ko NIB ko a ye toto na no ne hu kwan ye be fa so afesi kadie no nyina bi be pie mu eden ne be me atimi hu se nipa no indeed wo ye guilty ana onye guilty metra kai se ene ye te no ene ye nse no that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is a young nipa no fam akwan so yemfa charges emono so bo mono yemfa ni nko gina court na court ni ruli untumi di fo untumi di bem odi fa de abo state no emlande ye na de na ye odi bem so a ye ja ne no okon baby so meti we ni manage and de ma manage ye ne say wasa kirem se nenye se ebio mpeso mutuma mpamirika afei wanya nyina so mapa bebo ko pim wo court wo no mo aban no bego akodi nkugu oman ni bedi nkugu na nipa na de tunya abotre na afei wanya ko adu a e wo so de bo no afei ene wo so wo mo wie a wo de ko that's a perfect idea wo mo nam social media ana ayi ukokun a na wo beka wenya ukokun a na wo beka
am say attorney general pekasa do
no wenya ukokun a na wo beba amane se me kokumi ho tie attorney general no oni wo se ne maami o oni wo se ne papenti oni wo se ne menti o se Ghanaians ayi na ya employ no ye ne edi tumi kakra wo Ghana ha ne edi bia se ne nsa se kona koye adwuma se mame na de adwuma se obi nsa aya na wo mpɛ ho akontabu ana e wo se nya ho akontabu and de odi ba ne nya de a wa be bua obi kumfo ana so obeka se obi difo o se de abani charges ye di konie adwuma mo de share mensa ase aban lawyer panyina me gina mo de amoman no de ma ya koduru nie de me gusu ye nie ani na de na ya na ko ready budget se ne no so nya ko budget minister of finance okofi on ma okogba ko masika de fo man no ho de oman na ye de oman ni be ye de ye awie de egusu aye no de ho pomasi bre de aba sa na sector bia e wo so ye what the general defense minister interior minister all the ministries was say wa no ba na obegbo amane na obekire oman ne wo ye no etimi mani age sa aban we kwan ya wafa so a wama na so afo no chechire nsemu ede man ti wo mo kasa attorney general e kasa no masa on kasa na dwuma no wo ye akonta no obudi ache Ghana adan no Ghana fo bo se edwuma de share ne nsa no sei na oguso a wo ye no
okay yemfro na enko national service ghost names o say NSS scandal the NSS near national service NSS scandals 8 suspects including 3 former officers have approached for plea negotiation with some officials offering to testify against their colleagues.
Okay. Nice. And they know the attorney, your friend be bargaining, plea bargain. I am so ufri say and your man ko ye man na asam na air kon ubedi fo a obetumi afachiri na se lawyer anu akohuno na one na tenase asem ye kwede madaroma mom ye nya ne fie na ye nka ne nsete se ne be ya homfa me nkokot
o ni se sika bia fa wonsase enema bia fa wonsase abra na wo ye adwuma ma oman na
wadi bone
o ntan o me metechewo
dabi wadi bone wa wuji tum se asem ye de ko ye de ya asem e koduru court ho no a se ya de bebo me enma kwakwo dem bia be se 20 years like e bia mfan se agada de for instance ba yi nanka agrada ehuhu nyansa ntem a na wa begin with lawyers no anasa wo mo siw no lawyers no sa mesramo asam na mo client ndi about ya betum so no sei na tie mo me entra fi wo mo se me de wo mo kanyina no me mfo mo sika mo se ne be ya mo nkokoto enu bi ana attorney general e ka no enu nti de wo mo ni se na in the first place no sampanyimfo asibenum gift your worry no wa mo bodi de ani wo mo kika ka ho no ebinum agya tum se wo modi wo man dream frakadam enu nti no e wo se wo mo fa akire na wo ne aban lawyer panyini e kasa se ne be ya o mo betuatua wo mo kare bie na wogya court no ko but me tena ma campaign e ye mra e wo mra mo die but Ghana fo nya we e wo se edi nipa ne court me ni sofo ne ya adwen obi e wodi scan bia wanye plea bargain bia yamfa ne nko court yanyi sika onsan ko dem na nyense na ho ni brata ankoma ne sa de beba nie ane ma menyire me hunam ni bi sika nkura me ni o me save de agu bank ya me fa me sanka na ma hwe the next government obeba no se the next government obeba na enhu akire na wanya me hwe a ma start ni medi but se the next government obeba no etunwa na mo no hu sese numa ye enti opeso de me kokoto a na ko the next government no sika me wi 1000 me mani hu 1000 me wi ai na mo nam na kasa mesre na ene ma me mfa 500 mra ma baga ni we akiri this is not what we want and this amanyofo be ko so wi yayen adi o man ni nya ache obi National Service Secretariat scandal yi hu bia no yemfa ne nko court amra ne ni odifa amra ne mfa ne ntum yensa nye sika nanya sutrom yinu ebasa next time so obi de ne nsa bo man ne sikam na wawia na wodi dream bi odi boni bi de etia o man no wodi etua ni nua obehu sesei ena te de beta anye sa ye society ni nyina obi be kwa kwache wo baba no arepu no wo wia no afa akire no odi aba sabe ye ne ye nsam ni bia ye ni kapre no obebie 10 million kura so de kyene wo kura sia wa repu de ba Plea bageni we de ma me enta ya na yenka na me mfa 10 million fama wase wo banase na wo de wase no enti ebense na wo bone enti mess attorney general any this government on proceed to court obia on fa nko enye bageni bi asem
yemfiri ho na yenko Kwabena Duffour case ni so ensem bebre ne frache eba ensem bebre ene firi ho eba after say attorney general de be tu dwa say Kwabena Duffour case no kwa no wo mu ni akyebiem minority fo no ne Ghana fo bi bu afu seda bi dia saban yi du ba bi a entwa yi o se de Kwabena Duffour ginam nanim na emra no ene ne die ebi sisi da bi se Kwabena Duffour atiase se 60% obetua dia iye die chesa de quick one iye nwramu ayi
hwe the writer akwese NSS National Service Secretariat die ya abeya na manugusu America wasem ya Area Kwabena Duffour 5.7 billion Ghana cedis 5.7 billion Ghana cedis and I fan say eye car ode oman no na attorney general akyerem o say omfa criminal charges anase obi amfa criminal charges emfanto Kwabena Duffour so say previous government na Danko Akufo-Addo na enei NDC aben John Mahama obi amfa bonefo sem bia amfanto no so e wo court say netie enti na wo mo e de na court anase ye de na ekodina court na de akọ banie 5.7 billion Ghana cedis no attorney general ekyiremu a senti enne on proceed to court na onfa Kwabena Duffour case ni nko court wo na emom no won mo tena fie na asam no wo maka no fie no wa kire mu ade a kire Ghana fo ne tintin ni ntiawa Kwabena Duffour ekire mu a 1.2 billion Ghana cedis sika eno no ye friends attorney general ekire mu a 1.2 billion Ghana cedis and 5.7 billion Ghana cedis na ochema 5.7 billion Ghana cedis na me no kase no aba ye friends Kwabena Duffour ade atum se emu 2 billion obetua na ode ama na ya bank enti ebi won ma wode mema nkrofo no mbesia no nso afei no obekọ naka so no akọje naka no wode se sika no ede aba so sa 2 billion na otua no eno nso wachechem 800 million Ghana cedis no aye ajapade a ode ACCA na nyame ya adoma sa 1.2 na aka no nso no wajeje no other parties a wode amomo na ode aba aban no ya panyini yewura akrutin ya chini etirem a se okese ode yewura Kwabena Duffour kokkoto a ebia no man na kodifo na so man no su difa ni enya kapre kra enti according to no na say be make sense so be say 2 billion we no se ne be asam na enkokkoto no matena fie no maka but the brighter this is very very bad precedence. I'm telling
na say ye konsuno man so kodifo
and what
did you say wo twesa ska we amoman no ase yenye
or the BH capital example say emre bi buy on the state ni nyasem e court on state ni edifo a ye nya kapre kura mfemfi ni hono but mimi problem ni enkenye bone say asema mimi nim say mede ato yewura Kwabena Duffour so na say state ndi to Kwabena Duffour so no state ni case enti ye de kope state ni bedifo na say eneni pa no momati ase say wo betue sika de amaye ne a ana na menye na menya case no mu e make sense pa because at the end no o man nya hwemfim but the problem is say Kwabena Duffour so free say odi bemu a adenti no obefa kire say oba no obetua say sika we di amam. That's my question. Immediately obedi atumu say me koye plea bargaining aye law no na say wodi atumu say wodi fo bibi nkoyie wo baabi enu nti na me kon makopachawo se ne be ya information ne court na yen ko bua me konfo enti Kwabena Duffour ade atumu se me betua sa 2 billion no ni edi nkitawo na de aka yen ko be fa so betua and at the end no 60% no man ni benya sa 40% no one ekotua Nani so man no free say Kwabena Duffour ye ni case bi against Kwabena Duffour onye eboni bi a ade ne yenso ye kwaji atum se ye 2 billion no. Let's say won so ye kromfo. Wo assistant no kromfo. Cause what the ka bia tum say bi akokoto a wo be di for. It means say we ni case bi against Kwabena Duffour. Enti ande na wo 2 billion dey free no. Kwabena Duffour so say me so be betua 2 billion. Say Kwabena Duffour so free say onu so oni boni bia emfentia o man na ade no onu so 2 billion dia must Kwabena Duffour for the Christmas. Kwabena Duffour ni nananom. Kwabena Duffour ni ma. Kwabena Duffour ni abusuafo. Kwabena Duffour ni namfo. Kwabena Duffour oni the need ya wo mu be hia sika dia free no. Ni wo betua say 2 billion dia must no. So this is my problem. And wo koye ni say ya. Onwe ya na ekoyense na ho bone ade amon mamu ni nyina. Me problem ni say obi a mo free say what fokoti kwan so ade o man ni sika ade o man ni sika ade o man ni dream ade o man ni bone no law court na wo no fa nipa no court ene wasam ene wo de Kwabena Duffour court na court no say oni fa ana say odibima onko
but say bibi o ade na mfie bebree e bia NPP aban ntimi anya Kwabena Duffour
enti ne anya mu ntwam kura enkoji ska mfamfiri no ho enti case ne aban ni ntwam kura because the odi aba no the previous government na dan kwa kufa na hyase and according to attorney general charges bia no e dia bɔ no say bia wakowie sika wafa kotikwan so diska wayi obi sika free ni nsam wade bɔ no fosem bia enti ade ne de yakoji say 2 billion dia free ne ho enti case ne mu ntwam kura. Don't follow this case. And collect penny crime from free Kwabena Duffour. So we just get the free Kwabena Duffour. It means say what said that na one in the can na mo stay na mo person mudi o man dream. Kwabena Duffour so ko tue ska. Let's so what the bonnet the tia o man no. And I so fe na kata na kata mumua. This is not what we are expecting from the government. It messes aban no obi a beto dwa say wa fakoti kwan so di o man sika bia. Yeah, we want to trust our government and we trust him. That's why we voted for him no. E won fe nipa ne court. Not say Kwabena Duffour hu so a won go.
They say minorities
Omo case, I support them. Sometimes I was see a testing law no. You testing waters no. They won the free muba. And for this one I support the mini micro minority. Omo go court wo. Ne be ya omu kosiu aban no na ye kwan kura fa so na at the end no ebu bebie because that is why we call it democracy. Kabi ma menke bia memu. And for this one a good call from the minority and I support them 100%.
Okay. Yem fancy but then yenyankoye yenko tie nsem a lawyer ede atudwa afa sansemu ono so so akye na adwen a wa cheche nsemu abusua yenko tie
them Dr. Kwabena Duffour any others say sika bia ekodi wo no ma agree so mbetua na wo ntua mu 60% na wo mfa wo ho enkodi ekoba yen argument bebre abase se Dr. Kwabena Duffour won de janitira yeye obi ti ko wie bibia ana ofa oman sika ni ade a ene se no an se and the plea bargaining no ye kan se wutimi tua percentage we a yenko afi argument ni bi mu asa kopie mu se eno so kra no gise one kasa attorney general wuntimi nye gise court no ene masa direction no na afei court no ne attorney general no nyina mahunu say okay say ye janu dia he must first be convicted say empower dia tum say nemum under plea bargaining no say na esotua enkomo yimi say what p that was saying
yo Brian Kwame said you before amend the Criminal Offences and the Criminal Procedure Act to introduce the concept of plea bargaining. Now already it was section 35 of the Court Act. Emma giving the court the authority and mandate. The obeying idea of restitution. Restitution. Say what restore here the seat. And she said you say as machine and or minor in the first assembly. A man of my court no kind self walk triasicano back into a fine. Sa a bind between the benefit of Sicano. That's what I said. So all those things were provisions in our law. and yet nothing new.
Now, I don't know who must execute it.
And say, and a buying ejuma.
Because the court now.
No, so in America, no, so buying prosecutors and they court no ne be this ejuma.
Oh, okay.
So, and yet new cry. In fact, before John Mahama buying the baby, Makokos many times are. Yet the accused person and the buyer are the issues of plea bargaining a buyer. Are at the end of the day buying prosecutors a counsel. Yes, we've entered a plea here. Instead of the Abaku demo 5 years, to be or 3 months, to be or no sentence at all. On both sides, even including private. If they are all your complainants, all the selling charge against me, yet me to stand a money. And judges had the mandate and authority to do that. But you see, the issue of plea bargaining.
Now, obise, and I grad the money be amani.
No, I don't know what really happened.
Oh, okay.
Because we contest because I'm not guilty. I want to see the case to its logical conclusion.
Okay.
But what now you see,
the
issue with plea is tricky. It's very tricky. And I'll tell you this. Okay, me, Dr. Ene, Dr. Bamba, in a represent honorable Atofos in ambulance matter. Okay.
Mikai pa.
In a Richard Jakwanso on a lawyer. Campaign, you know, Big C, and making an offer to the Attorney General. Then, to pay the money and take the ambulances. So, okay.
Mikaipa.
Attorney General said, company so. Or prosecute no, and call to its logical conclusion. At the end of the day, the Court of Appeal a discharge at forcing Richard Jakba. What has happened to the state?
Yaboka.
And you can't yabo. Open it.
Oh, Debbie.
Open it. What do you say before? John Mahama man beneath. Okay. A branch of your friend at 218.
I. Oh.
Good. At 218. And so enter that kind of plea arrangement. Court has their own share a certain amount of money within a period of time. When you are in the court, so your mom, when you are in the prison, the 12 years another. And good. If you only pay for that prison, would you after 12 years? What would be the benefit to the Republic?
Yababoka.
Good. So, a yes, straightforward conversation. Now,
law, kakra. Say, I can't say, Dr. Kwabena Duffour no 60%, you know. And no, Jinayan, Sabia, on this percentage, you know. I then any full recovery, minimum 60% of the total amount.
No, so an attorney general, it's a balancing act.
Okay.
You can't always get it 100%. Benkai the last time, 100% recovery. Benkai. Ubi be a bit near also. I stand to learn. The Republic now 100% way. Benkai. But what are they? Benkai. Aha. So yours is to strike a balance.
Okay, FM. 1 0.
First of all, I say, Dr. Kwabena Duffour, said you will be charging for stealing. And
yeah,
he was never charged for stealing. Will be charging it so about a buying chrono. That be that. Nti se kobasi obi a charge ne say wabo aban kro no na wo tu sana mo ya, that's a different game altogether.
Okay.
But like I pointed out, I'll give you another example. A branch of you are a friend of Mike Ninako. Beach Bank.
Oh, Beach Bank. Hinaku.
On also back forth. The Republic calling many witnesses. At the end, Judge Naka say, come and open your defense. Because no, we are not so forth in the upper. Because you are the same judge. If the judge no on the establishment of no case, I can say he has a case to answer. No. Right. The ECOPA and say subsequent. Hello.
What's so yet pa?
Subsequent. Now say open the difference. And open the difference. The difference are open real. You know what happened?
Debbie.
Good. The Republic also best a certain number of witnesses. Witnesses now also best no. In the process or appealing the ruling on the submission of no case. But what is it?
Me too.
Say judge na can't open the difference. Also on the judge na nyadwe. Into our appealing echo court of appeal. When we said last week, unanimous verdict of the Court of Appeal. Almost said the ruling asking him to open his defense was wrong in law. And that it was not supported by law. Enti say adia anka aban enya bibi kakra efi ne ho a say aban would have been better off. Anna Ghana would have been better off. Ghana would have been better off.
Let me tell you.
Ghana would have been better off. Ina yes yen penasa chinchina ajese ye prosecute panel to its logical conclusion. Ina the ekobaya and say sebu ya hwe ya de kese ye sika na nke bia ye betimi anya no, because now the person has been acquitted and discharged. No. Hello?
But what was so?
Because the person has been acquitted and discharged. No. Bibia boy. Bibia boy. So, assuming in this case of Dr. Duffour, yes, so chinchina yebekoso with the prosecution.
Now, in the case of Dr. Duffour and others, you know, I opted for these arrangements and now say Attorney General no yen say ye bebo mine.
No, so sometimes you don't. The initiation can come from both ends.
Okay.
The initiation can come from both ends. It is for the Attorney General to look at the relative strength of the case.
I see.
So the relative strength of his case. Now, Wakazu, Michelle case me wanna. You know what? It is better I cut a deal and move on than to say, chinchina with the conviction at all costs.
The matter be say you must first be convicted. And under plea bargaining in lieu of Sebia Kedubako Tumuno, you say any Triesican.
No, conviction is not a precondition for a plea bargain. Hello, Bakwame.
Yeah, me too.
Mr. Conviction is not a precondition for a plea bargain. But you see, the essay in Aye say, Attorney General will to me be a friend Nole Prosecute. But what I say?
Me too.
Attorney General will to me be a friend in Nole Prosecute.
Sure.
So Nole Prosecute power, no? It's almost a power you cannot even contest. And the reason why the Attorney General has that power of Nole Prosecute,
Okay,
and they say,
one,
Kwame,
1 point.
prosecution ankasa a public policy. So, prosecution ankasa a public policy. Said. And I say this with a lot of difference. What can I say? And what the Nobel Court, I could prosecute when she are Obebo mine.
Are they?
Welcome. A bit more good. Such a big woman. I'm not saying
Annie.
aha. So that
Say, who try your own culture and who try so the neighbor tumpa. If you be say a political vendetta, if you be say a day and ye cry this year, ya pejano who good and must say baby. And now a loss of influence or when you person say one would be thousands of them.
it doesn't mean say you know and yeah, but you. You know, the car in England, now there was an arms deal between the UK government and I think Saudi Arabia also. That's now a case, no, Fabio, Omon Franco to a certain level. Eventually, the ACN is a UK government, it's enough because Omukasa will go into Rita. And your my birthday, may undermine the national security of the Republic. Okay, MV Benjamin.
Kesian waboswe.
Okay, that
MV Benjamin. Hi.
okay.
Ah, papa.
At the end of the day, some of the individuals were not prosecuted. It was for obvious reasons. Ghana,
Even tago mu case no.
and any MV Benjamin.
Yes, I American. Obi wo ho a
but from the audio, yeah, men go into Omuchaso. Asemi do baby no. Abayin then a chaso. It doesn't mean that you only need evidence to proceed with the prosecution. But sometimes it is better to obey chaso. It's and yet a straightforward legal matter. Obey me, I can say A, B, C, D. Welcome. Mekai on this Dr. Kwabena Duffour issue. Okay, the initial knowledge prosecutor, Dr. Ene, January, February, March. Okay, now Dr. Duffour, dear, and yet, and come. Do you know why? Because the Attorney General insisted on recovering some money. But he said now will be a year there will be mischief. Dr. Ene was the lawyer for Dr. Kwabena Duffour. I think
it's much of conflict of interest.
Let me set the record straight. When we say men and their partners in the law firm, and she represented Dr. Duffour. You need Duffour a court once on this matter. The first day I had a court for arraignment. The first day. That first day now, you know, a court. It was for the bail hearing. Brakwame. Into Edu court. And yeah, now here. Saying you represented Dr. Duffour. And I hear bill. Into Judge no Kramekai or set the bill for Dr. Duffour at 100 million Ghana cedis. And just set the bill at 100 million Ghana cedis. The panel say, oh, Sebio Dr. Duffour, Odumyan for Duffour. Sebi, Kumewudi say, Oyobia wasum Omayi pa. But what you need na Omaya wasum from deputy governor, finance minister, and what have you? Oyobia Sebi was setting up different companies in Ghana. At his age, only be a echo. Judge no say, Dabi. Until a pacho na movie bill no from 100 million Ghana cedis to 65 million Ghana cedis. Brokan mekai sadano. Ewe ana me boss Dr. Any on the okro na oja me wo no me do for. Ena aja in the pressure trying to get the bill conditions fulfilled and executed. So this man can go home. Just one experience I one day ever come answer. And finally, at 65 million Ghana cedis, yet mean properties, assurance, or more properties, head office property, and all those in a registrar, Emma Okwai. Into many, Dr. Duffour Befi court complex on about 8 p.m. Rakwame. Yeah, bill ni yeah, chancy case no best Tatiana. Obeji case no fear. Now, Oji case no fear, or they call the law firm of Akufo-Addo and Prempeh. Akufo-Addo and Prempeh. I think it was later, and Oji few or they call or say woo. Law firm. And that was the only time there was an issue. It is a big if not, Duffour's case, if there was an issue of conflict, then Duffour's matter would have been the first knowledge prosecutor that the Honorable Attorney General would have entered into. No. He insisted. Say he wants to recover.
Now, Ediana man, need free Monsem. Dr. Duffour Jifri Monsem.
Brad Kwame, client to be decided or the right to decide which lawyer which we are representing at any time. Now, if you are not, you say the case itself, no. If we don't have the capacity to deal with it itself or something. He may have his own reason. And now, the only time. And in fact, it was the day I appeared together with Dr. Ene in court. That was the only time we got to represent him in the matter. Or the case in the call, Akufo-Addo and Prempeh. And you can check the record because there was lawyers from Akufo-Addo and Prempeh who came to us for the file. But who came to us for the file? Into Sebio, so be age baby because there was an issue of conflict. And then only parent say and your money be assay. Because if not, if it was just an issue of conflict, oh, Sananka Duffour's matter would have been the first.
Okay, FM 101.
Would have been the first for a nolle prosequi. So just for the record, Bravo.
Law.
Yes, sir.
Not just say ni mutie pa nti omo ka say conflict of interest ni ya de now
They don't know what happened. They don't even know, say, at the point, it was the law firm of Akufo-Addo and Prempeh that took over the case. They don't even know. They don't even know. Huh?
Na difference what ben e wo atoasian de na ye convicted no ansa na we plea bargaining no anyway
Say convicted atoasian and so then.
we plea bargaining
Plea bargaining. It was all part. Say once there is a plea, no cash. I think he's refunded some of the money. He was willing to pay a certain amount. Then the court said, okay, here, then you can avoid custodian sentence. So you can avoid custodian sentence.
okay.
And it took a long time. And in fact, the day situation was like the current state or what happened, I was in court that day. In fact, it was before my Lord Justice Chebafo. After the lawyers for Atuation even made the prayer, Nyankasa Gramisa sorry as a friend of the court. So actually this is what happened. In that case, in the Capital Bank case, now there were, I think, 4 accused persons. We represented the 4th accused person. But after prosecution called about 13 or so witnesses, there is submission of no case. And the judge upheld the submission of no case and acquitted and discharged the client at the point of submission of no case. Dana Atufos and Atuation way no buy. I was in court that day. In the lawyer, I was on my feet. That as a friend of the court, if I have to be heard in a plea in mitigation. And the judge said, so no, he is giving me 2 minutes. Whatever it is that I have to say, I should proceed to say. I can't be and also one man enough time for him to pay. And once he had failed in doing so, he must proceed to go and serve the prison sentence. That's what happened, Brahman.